Okay, a new video started. Okay, so here's the shape that we get. It's still 7:27 p.m. This is the box that I folded down on each end. And you get ends that look like this. And making a crease on each side where there's these pointy things. And here's the side, except for the bottom of the box that I folded inward. This is video part 2. I set this camera phone up using I'm using software I got from Google Play called Open Camera. It's supposed to be an open source camera, and I was able to set it for 640 by 480. Okay, we are going to pull out the flaps of the box and squash them down. It's going to take some sculpting of paper to fold each of these ends down. These will be the sides of the boat. Okay, so this was a paper box, and these were the flappy sides that I folded on each end down. And this is where I folded the box down. I'm going to get ready to fold this in half. Okay, there's what were the sides of the box, which I have now squashed and transformed the box. Welcome to my video. This is part 2 of the video, and because I did not fold it super precisely, these ends here don't meet when I fold it in half. Now the reason we are folding in half is because I'm going to do a hard move here of pulling the ends of the boat out, and do it on the other side. Oops, I did not hold it together correctly. I'm going to have to pull it back together. This will happen to you often when making this boat, where you will do the pull out part, and then it is difficult to fold it back together. Okay, there's what it looks like after I pull it out. This is more sculpture than folding. Sculpture of paper. And this is could be the front or back of the boat. And trying to pull out. And this is a difficult part. And I'm trying to show it on camera. Pulled out both ends of the boat, and the bottom, well, the top is as it was folded, but the bottom has been pulled out. And this is a difficult boat because of this part. It's not just linear folding. Linear means going in a straight line. It's also sculpting and shaping the paper. And there's already creases here. I just have to push them down. Okay, now this is when I first made the boat in Upper Michigan. It had a pointed bottom. But I did figure out how to make the bottom flat, which will require some paper sculpting. Now these ends, this is called a Chinese junk boat, which I originally learned it from a book in a square when I was in Upper Michigan. I moved to Missouri when I was 12 years old in 1990, I think. Now the original version of this boat was not very good because it had a pointy bottom. There's the pointy bottom, and I would fill the bottom with sand, and I that floated in a pool in my yard on Waterworks Drive in Upper Michigan. But I later figured out how to pull. Well, I'm going to pre-crease it first. And this involves wrinkling the boat. Crease this bottom part both ways. This is not necessary, but it does make it easier to make a flat bottom. And this part unfolded, so I have to fold it back, and it's difficult, and it will be worth it when done. Okay, pulling the bottom out, and it already is flattening out on its own. Now this is sculpture of paper, not just folding, but sort of like sculpturing and then folding the paper. And this is a regular 8.5 by 11 inch sheet of paper. And this video may have to be divided up into 2 videos to fit on YouTube. I have an account on YouTube which only allows, I think, 15-minute long videos. I'm not sure of the video time that it allows, 13 minutes or 15 minutes long. And here the bottom did not turn out even. This end is longer than this end. Here's the longer end. I'm making it flat. And here's what it looks like from one side and the other side. This boat does not have a definite back and front. Okay, the boat is done. And sometimes I like to think of this boat as a spaceship, where these that go inward are rockets on each side. And this center section would be where the nuclear reactor would be for the spaceship. It would, of course, be powered by nuclear something, antimatter something. And these are where the rockets would be that would lift it off the ground when it landed on a planet. It would go like this. And then when it's in space, it would activate the rockets here or here and go. And I'm going to show the paper that I drew on how to make this boat. 8 minutes recorded on this second part video. Okay, regular paper, 8.5 by 11, Chinese junk type boat. And the version that I made can be made by 8.5 by 11 regular typewriter paper, it used to be called, but now it's called printer paper. Made by me. Okay, there's where it shows the paper, folding it in half and folding it in half again, and then folding the sides of the paper to the center and hold them down to get this, and that's pre-creasing for this shape, where it's a folded X of creases in the center of the paper. And then here's where it shows pushing the sides of the paper inward to make a so-called accordion fold. Right there I wrote accordion fold. And then flatten it down, that's what it looks like when it flattens down, and I drew the back of the paper, which normally would not be showing. I'm trying to make it clear on paper. And then this is the part that I showed on the video before this one. I might try to splice these videos together to make a 20-minute video, 10 minutes each. Anyway, this is where you fold the sides inward to get this, and then it shows folding the flaps up, and then after the flaps have been folded up on each side, and you can fold them back down, making a crease